So I'm sure you've seen some headlines that there are more homes for sale right now than there are buyers, and that's actually good news for home buyers. But I think we need to reframe this headline just a little bit to give you a little bit of information. You know, the national headlines do not always equal the market reality. You should be aware of that if you're a home buyer. And more inventory does not mean no demand. It just means that there's less competition for each particular house. And the nice thing for buyers in today's market is that buyers finally have a little bit more choices again, which they really haven't had for several years coming into this market. So what really this shift really means for home buyers, more negotiating power, because there's a little bit softer buyer demand. It means that you have a little bit of the ability to negotiate, and that means that you have less pressure to waive your protections. And what I mean by that is, you know, back when the market was really, really hot a few years ago, home buyers were even waiving home inspections to try to get a property under contract and in their name. And so this also means that home buyers have a little bit of time to think instead of rushing right in. So what smart home buyers are doing differently? Well, the first thing a smart home buyer is doing is getting fully pre-approved, not just pre-qualified. And what that really means for you as a home buyer is that you have turned in your financial documents to your lender, and your lender has blessed off on those financial documents, which means that you basically have money in the bank. You just need to find the right house. The second thing smart buyers are doing differently is they're writing cleaner, simpler offers to be able to get into the house. Don't overcomplicate things. Just write the offer, get the offer accepted. The biggest thing that most buyers try to do that really demoralizes or is detrimental to their transaction is they try to negotiate over small things. Try to just focus on the big thing, getting the property under contract for yourself. Another thing is you're able to negotiate terms and not just price. And one of the terms that we've seen negotiating quite a bit lately is the seller paying some of your closing costs to help you get into the house. And what that means for you as a home buyer is that you're bringing a little bit less money to the table. And that means that you can get in for a little bit less money out. You have money for repairs and stuff after you move in. The other thing you want to be aware of is maybe you got to walk away when the numbers don't make sense. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about $1,000 or $2,000. I'm talking about $10,000 or more. If you are negotiating on something, I'm negotiating on one transaction for a new roof right now, which is about a $15,000 repair. Obviously, if that new roof isn't put on the property, that buyer needs to consider whether this is going to make sense for them. And so that's something that you can be aware of as you go through. What hasn't changed is when you find a home that is priced well in this market as a home buyer, you need to jump on it because they are selling and they're still selling pretty fast. And the other thing you want to be aware of is that good homes, good properties don't last forever. And those other buyers who are interested in it might be trying to jump onto it. Something else that you should be aware of in today's market is strategy matters more than timing. And one of the things that I often see is home buyers wait until they see the property they want, and then they call me and they say, I want to do a showing and let's get moving on this right now. And they may not be in a position where they're ready to do that. The best thing you could do as a home buyer right now is start off with a buyer consultation. Come on in, let's get you started moving in the right direction so that way you and your family can turn around and win. Now, something you want to be aware of is this is not the market to sit out. As a matter of fact, this is the market where you just want to be better informed. Buyers who understand and leverage instead of reading what the headlines are going are putting themselves in a much better position, and that gives them the ability, because they are informed, they are leveraged, to make good decisions. If you want to understand what this market means for you specifically, let's book a one-on-one appointment. I'll walk you through the process by step and help you get to the finish line. The link to book the appointment is down here in the comments. Feel free to do so. This is Jason Valentine with Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty. Let's start your 2026 off just in a fantastic position. Let's help you get into the house that you want. Give me a call, 505-863-4363, or on my cell phone number, 575-496-1068. Thanks.